this is Divine Sunshine coming to you with your channel message. Today is understanding that when a person is in distortion, that is not you. And what I mean by that is a lot of times when we have our partners or our divine counterparts appear to us, they come to us when they're not ready. They're coming from their distorted self. Distorted self means a way of, it's not really truly, if they knew better, they would do better. And that's a saying that I was pretty much raised with. My mom said that. And when I went to church at that time, I'm metaphysics, I'm non-denominational. A lot of times our minister, the Reverend Johnny Coleman, would always say that if the person would do better, they would. If they knew better, they would do better. We got to remember that this person is acting from a place of them not knowing. Distorted. That I told you all that before as an example. I gave you it on this screen. You hear my voice, but all this you see in pixels and everything else that's going on, and I might be and all garb and stuff. You say, but she's there. That sound like divine unisouls. But you say, yeah, I'm here, but I got all this extra other stuff going on. When we're talking about a person and our counterpart coming to us, they have a lot of things that they're coming with us with. Baggage. They're coming with things, childhood wounds. They're coming from past experiences. They're coming from relationships that they had been with or things that have been done to them. They have done things to other people. And from that distortion causes them to act and react in certain ways. And we have to remember that. They're not coming from a place of really true identity or of them being that childlike or their sovereign being. They're not acting from that place. And I know a lot of times when I have watched and I've read or either had watching or looking at replies that's from our YouTube channel, a lot of times the divine counterpart that's called, but they did this to me and you want me to forgive them and they did this in X, Y, and Z. I had a conversation with my mom this morning about that, and I was telling her to kind of remember that that person. I have a sister that has also mental illnesses, and a lot of times she has to remind me with dealing with that person. We'll get that off of that squirrel. With dealing her that she truly does not understand. You can't put on a lot of person who is mental a lot of responsibilities on that person, because again, it's something with them, they just cannot connect the dots. They tried, they want to, they appear like they're all there. They really truly honestly in their heart of hearts want to really be able to be that responsible person, but whatever sickness or illness or things or condition that they are suffering from, just like mine is from hers, and she has all those different kind of schizophrenia, bipolar. You're asking for them to be able to really deal with you in a consciousness or a level that they are not comprehending or not being able to really deal with at that time, whether it's something they have a trigger, something has caused them off, and you can't really be saying, okay, now I want you to handle bank business, now I want you to handle this, and they're like, I got some money, first of all I got to calm down this voice. First of all, I'm depressed. I can't deal with all those things like that. And so, in some ways, I had my mom laughing because we were talking about my dad, and today is a year passing for my dad. It's a year ago, same day that he had decided to say, okay, I want to shed this human vehicle I have for another vehicle, which is a spirit. And understanding that a lot of times she was asking me this morning, she's like, I can't understand why, I loved him, so why did he make the choices that he did? And so I'm trying to explain to her and then tell her, until she didn't really get it until I had told her. I said, well, but then she's like my sister. I almost said her name. I tell her Tiffany. I just call her that. That's not her name. Tiffany. And remember, a lot of times you tell me, Bertine, she don't comprehend. You can't really keep on talking to her, having that, like, for her to do, like, she should know reasoning skills to even know better when you know that she suffers from these two illnesses. From that, now that doesn't give an excuse that she knows the difference between, again, like if she killed somebody, she should know that. But again, of how she formulates her answers and how she solves things is coming from a place of a distortion in the head. So she can't really comprehend and bring all those things together like a person, like a normal person would. She could be through training, of course, through medication if she's on her meds like she's supposed to. But when she's off her meds, help us Jesus. Save the world, clutch the pearls. She's not yet, you ain't gonna get a damn thing done with that, and I know even with my dad, he had tried to give her kind of that. She was doing well for a while. She's doing everything she's supposed to. And then, again, you have those triggers that cause her to kind of go off. He tried to give her a bank account and she ended up doing some things and which hurt him in the long run, but he was trying to help her to say, here's some normalcy. I trust you. I see you progress. I see you doing that. And sometimes you can go on ahead and do that. And if they're not really well off or really have dealt with the core issues that's going on with that could either, number one, trigger them, and number two, they're just not ready for that responsibility. And that's the same thing when we're talking about, and I'm not professional, I'm not a psychologist or whatever. Somebody could probably buck and go against say, well, X, Y, some of those things you're saying true and some of it's different. But the core of the thing is, if they're not ready, if they're not able, or they're not capable, they don't have the capabilities or the abilities to be able to handle those responsibilities, because they're at a disadvantage of knowing how to handle that, how to solve it from a place of clarity at that time. And that's the same thing when you're trying to ask for your divine counterpart from that distortion, for them to be able to deal with those issues and those that's happening with them when they're coming from a place of hurt. And I told my mom in so many words, I said, you know what, you got to pretend like dad had a schizophrenic or a bipolar, pretty much when it comes to relationship. It causes him to be depressed. It causes him to not be schizophrenic as far as, okay, one minute he loves me, one minute he doesn't. He loves me not. It's like, okay, well, who am I dealing with? He got different personalities, split personalities. Well, who am I dealing with today? I'm kind of confused. So when you're dealing with somebody with that distorted self, I'm not saying that these people suffer from those mental illnesses, nor am I shedding light, making fun of what's going on. That is a real deal thing. But my thing is what I'm saying is that, again, you don't expect those type of responsibilities on those people that are mentally, psychologically, spiritually, or whatever's going on with them. You give them an excuse. You give them a pass about what's going on. And when we're talking about these people, when they're in distortion, we cannot be expecting them to be able to function at a place that we do when we've got a lot of different hurdles that they're going through. Those inner childhood wounds really truly come from a place that it affects them mentally or psychologically, that they cannot make a decision like you, a person that say, I have not suffered from that. We cannot expect them to handle the situation in the same manner. And for us to understand that if they have those different things that's going on them, they, again, it's distorted. The way they view life, the way they see things, it doesn't matter. They can say, well, I wear glasses, but if those glasses are dirty, you're not going to be able to see things. If you're looking at things through a rose-colored glasses, you're not going to be. It just colors everything. It's like taking that one crayon and you got a coloring book and all you got is that blue crayon. And no matter how the sky's supposed to be some kind of other color, the hair is supposed to be a different color. The skin is supposed to be a whole different color. And if all you guys that blue crayon to work with, everybody's going to be blue. Everything. Cookie Monster, your Big Bird, everybody. And that's what I'm saying. Until they get that new, different tool. So that's where the separation and those karmic situations and those things come along to kind of help to say, okay, you know what? I'm going to give you a new tool. Instead, you still painting, coloring that coloring book with that blue crayon here. Through this situation, I'm going to help you understand there's a yellow crayon. Through this situation, I'm going to help you understand there's a red crayon. Through this situation, I'm going to understand there's green. Now you got two. Ooh, goody. Now I got blue, yellow, red, and green to play with and to color. Right now, again, from distortion, everything gets colored the same color when a person is distorted. Everybody's hurt. You the same thing like my mama. My mama talked to me. Every time when you talk to me, I think you coming from that same place like my mama. Everything is distorted. This person hurt me real bad. They cheated on me. So now everybody that comes along, I take that crayon and everybody get called the same thing. You gonna cheat on me eventually. You gonna cheat on me eventually. Ain't nobody. I don't trust you. So what's happening is I'm gonna be the cheater first because I already know you already gonna cheat on me because it's already been done in the past. I take that same crayon and I color everybody the same thing. I don't distinguish no difference that, hey, I got other colors. Even if nobody else give me colors, I can go on ahead through my experiences that I get other places that this one color that this person gave me, this crayon, which is blue. From these other experiences that I get, I understand there's a yellow, there's a green, and there's other colors. There's a black. We have to stop thinking that right now that when we're dealing with our twins that are not in a healthy place or handling things and from a place that we think is normal, that we cannot expect them to answer or respond or have an action or reaction that is a place that's from a healthy space. It's not going to happen. We know that even with ourselves, when we distort all over the place. Please don't ask me to ask about nothing. And I'm in one of them snappy moods and I'm distorted. You ain't going to get a good answer whatsoever. It's going to be like, huh? Oh, hell, she ain't acting divine at all. She got a channel? What kind of... She ain't spiritual at all. What the hell? So, those are the things that we have to kind of keep in mind when we're dealing with our other ones. We got to stop saying, and it's not giving them an excuse, but that's where they are. And that's where you have to do like what David said. You have to come to acceptance. And you got to say that surrender prayer. Those things I can change and those things that I cannot, and know the difference. Right now, with you in that space like that, am I able to help you, or should I just go around and just say, okay, let me start working on me, working on myself? Because right now I can't help you right now, and if I try to help you, that's like me. We swimming, you drowning, and I try to help you, and you gonna push me down. I can't do that right now. I got to deal with my own distortion on that one, and just right then, you just got to pray. About just the whole thing of where they are, and like I say, in that distortion, and then they pray that one day somebody themselves will find that the crayon boxes does have 24 crayons in it. They don't just have that one. Yes, there are other than just one. This even crayons came out the other day with some other real flesh colored tones that you could use for your crayons. And so that makes it very helpful for us to understand that that person who's distorted is taking that one blue crayon and just coloring everything blue or black. There's other colors out there. You know it, but you could tell somebody blue in the face about that until they really understand that, oh my God, there are 24 crayons out there. And there's even, I can hear somebody say, and there's even more than what you just said, which is true. All right, then, catch us tonight on the playground experience doing the sandbox Q&A. We're going live at 5:30 5:30 Central Time and 6:30 Eastern Time, and Hawaiian Standard Time that is 12:30. For that one, no, we were 5:40. That's right. I'm sorry, 5:40 Central Time, 6:40 Eastern Time, and 12:40 Hawaiian Standard Time. With that, and so I was about to say if it was Arizona time, that's 2 hours back, so that means we'll be on at 3:40 Arizona time. All those things, all these time things, help us, Lord. You just have all these different dimensions and different timelines that we operating on. Help us. It's just also a reflection of what's going on with them. So catch us on that. We're going to still continue on about following sources guidance. Excuse me, somebody got to release something. And then we might be talking about some other things. We get a hodgepodge. Wherever it leads us, that's where we go. So that's with Kathy D and April Williams. If you love that as well, that's a good place for you to kind of come hang out on a Friday night and kind of synergy and link up with others as well. So as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, namago. Love you. And see you at the sandbox.